So today is day 2 of our lesson on understanding of division with unit fractions, which means that we are going to be developing our concept. The purpose of this lesson today is to use fraction bar area models and number line models to show dividing with unit fractions. We'll take a look at how those two models compare, and then you'll be able to choose which model you would like to use to help you moving forward. Now, before we begin with today's lesson, I do want to take a look at yesterday's exit ticket with the cake. So if you want to flip back to page 462 in your workbook so you can follow along, please do so now. So the problem says my C wants to share 1/3 of cake equally among 3 people. How much of the cake will each person get? So the first thing that we needed to do was take our cake and share it with the 3 people. So you can see that that yellow piece is what's left of the cake. And when I move those red lines over, you can see that each person now is getting a piece. So I'm going to draw this line all the way over because we want to make sure that we have equal parts so we can really look at our model. All right. So it says, complete the division equation to match the area model. Well, when I took this 1/3 piece right here and I divided it into 3 equal parts, you're going to see that each person actually got 1/9 because here's person's A piece, which is one slice out of the whole thing. Person B is getting 1/9 out of the whole thing, and same thing with person C. So again, each person will get 1/9 of the cake. So yesterday we also worked on using multiplication to help us solve these division problems. So when we look back up at this area model, you are asked to complete the statements below. So part A says each person will get blank of 1/3 of cake. So when I look here, just in this yellow part, you can see that each person's actually getting one of the 3 pieces in this yellow part. So each person's really getting 1/3 of the 1/3 of cake. Now, when you see that word of, you should think multiplication. So here is the multiplication sentence. 1/3 of 1/3 is 1/3 times 1/3 equals 1/9. So now we're going to take a look at the start slide for today before we begin. It says draw a model to show your answer to each question. So I want to know how many thirds are in a whole, how many thirds are in 2 holes, and how many thirds are in 3 holes. I'd like you to pause the video at this time and attempt these 3 questions on your own. Welcome back. So let's take a look. When I draw my model, you can see that in this case here, I have a circle cut up into 3 equal parts, and you can see that there's 1, 2, 3 thirds that make up a whole. In example number 2, where it says how many thirds make up 2 holes, again, you can see that I have that same circle repeated a second time. And if I have 3 thirds here, then I have 4, 5, 6 thirds there. And then finally, for the last one, you can see another 3 thirds for a total of 9 thirds.